Hello everyone. Today we're going to explore the top 5 biggest countries in the world, lands that are not only massive in size but also rich in history, culture, nature, and people. From vast plains and majestic mountain ranges to bustling cities and unique ways of life. Each country on this list has its own fascinating story that will surprise and captivate you. Let's embark on this incredible journey together. Brazil. When you think of Brazil, you might instantly imagine vibrant samba dances, thrilling football matches in yellow and green jerseys, or the world-famous carnival with its dazzling colors and electric energy. But what many people don't realize is that Brazil is also the 5th largest country in the world, covering over 8.5 million square kilometers. That's a massive landmass, almost as big as the entire continent of Europe. Located in the heart of South America, Brazil is the only Portuguese-speaking nation on the continent. This gives it a distinct cultural identity that stands out amidst its neighbors, one that is colorful, rhythmic, and full of life. Did you know that if you start driving from Brazil's northernmost point all the way down to its southern edge, it would take you around 80 hours of non-stop driving? And that's without accounting for the vast rainforests, rivers, and remote areas where roads don't even exist yet. No conversation about Brazil would be complete without talking about the Amazon rainforest. Not only is it the largest tropical rainforest on the planet, but it's also home to one of the most diverse ecosystems in existence. With over 3 million species of animals and plants, scientists believe there are still countless more waiting to be discovered. The mighty Amazon River that flows through the forest is one of the longest and most water-rich rivers in the world. It discharges around 209,000 cubic meters of water per second into the Atlantic Ocean, enough to supply water to hundreds of millions of people. Brazil is a country of stunning contrasts. In major cities like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, you'll find towering skyscrapers, world-famous beaches, and nightlife that never sleeps. Yet, just a few hours outside the city, you might find yourself deep in the jungle, surrounded by thick forests, wildlife, and remote villages where people still live almost untouched by modern life. This contrast between urban energy and untamed wilderness is what gives Brazil its unique soul, a place that is wild, free, and endlessly fascinating. Did you know? Brazil spans across 4 different time zones. The name Brazil comes from the pau-brasil tree, which was a major export during the 16th century. And here's a fun fact for football fans. Brazil is the only country to have won the FIFA World Cup 5 times, a record that still stands today. With everything Brazil has to offer, from majestic nature to passionate people and an incredibly rich culture, it's no wonder this country is considered one of the most captivating destinations on Earth. So if you ever get the chance, visit Brazil at least once in your life. Feel the rhythm, hear the drums, and experience a wild beauty like no other. China. When we speak of China, we're not just talking about a country, we're talking about a civilization that's over 5,000 years old. A land where ancient traditions still echo in the rhythm of modern cities, and where one of the largest populations and territories on Earth shape the future day by day. China is the 4th largest country in the world by land area, covering approximately 9.6 million square kilometers. And it's also home to more than 1.4 billion people. That's nearly 1/5 of the world's population. From the frozen plains of the northeast to the tropical rainforests in the south, from the sands of the Gobi Desert to the snowy peaks of Tibet, China's geography is as rich and varied as its history. Towering over the land is the legendary Great Wall of China, a symbol of perseverance and national pride, stretching over 21,000 kilometers. Then there's the Yangtze River, the 3rd longest river in the world, and the lifeline of southern China. Whether it's ancient temples perched on misty mountains or bustling street markets under red lanterns, China blends the mystical with the everyday in ways few places on Earth can. While China holds the treasures of its past dearly, it's also sprinting toward the future. Cities like Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Beijing are not just urban centers, they're futuristic powerhouses. With high-speed trains, gleaming skyscrapers, and global tech giants. China is the world's 2nd largest economy, a leader in manufacturing, AI, green energy, and infrastructure. And culturally, it exports cuisine, cinema, fashion, and festivals across every continent. Despite the rapid growth, China remains deeply rooted in tradition. Lunar New Year, calligraphy, Tai Chi in the park, dragon dances in the street, these aren't just relics. They're daily realities. The philosophies of Confucius still influence daily life. Family, respect for elders, and harmony remain cornerstones of Chinese society. Did you know? The Forbidden City in Beijing has over 980 buildings. It's the largest ancient palace in the world. China has 56 official ethnic groups, with Han being the largest. Pandas, a global symbol of conservation, are native only to China. China is more than just a country. It's a paradox of ancient and modern, of tradition and transformation. It's a land where emperors once ruled and robots now roam, where tea ceremonies and 5G towers exist side by side. To understand China is to open your eyes to both the depths of history and the edges of innovation. Would you visit China one day? Or maybe you already have. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to keep exploring the biggest countries in the world with us. United States. When you hear the name United States of America, what comes to mind? Perhaps the glittering skyline of New York City, the cinematic roads of Route 66, the roar of NBA crowds, or the golden beaches of California. But beyond the Hollywood image, the U.S. is also the third largest country in the world, covering around 9.5 million square kilometers, a landmass so vast, it stretches across an entire continent. The United States spans across 50 states, from the frozen wilderness of Alaska to the tropical sunshine of Hawaii. Its geography is incredibly diverse: snow-capped mountains, sprawling deserts, rich farmland, dense forests, and endless coastlines. It's a country where in just one day, you could surf in the Pacific Ocean, fly across the desert, and ski down the Rockies, all within the same borders. And that diversity isn't just physical, it's cultural, economic, and deeply woven into the identity of the nation. America is home to some of the world's most iconic cities. New York, the city that never sleeps. Los Angeles, the dream factory of cinema. Chicago, with its jazz legacy and towering skyline. Washington, D.C., the political heart of the nation. But just outside these metropolises are wide-open spaces that seem to go on forever, from the Great Plains to the Appalachian Mountains, from the swamps of Louisiana to the canyons of Arizona. There's a certain kind of freedom you feel when you drive across America, windows down, music up, nothing but road and sky ahead. The U.S. isn't just a land of physical size, it's also a global giant in innovation, education, and culture. It houses some of the top universities in the world, from Harvard to MIT, and is home to Silicon Valley, the beating heart of the tech revolution. Culturally, American music, movies, and brands have shaped global trends for decades. From jazz to hip-hop, from Coca-Cola to Apple, the American influence is everywhere. And of course, the country plays a central role in international politics, economics, and scientific advancement. Did you know? The U.S. has more than 325 million people, making it the third most populous country in the world. Alaska alone is larger than 22 entire countries combined. The U.S. operates across 6 different time zones, including territories like Guam and Puerto Rico. With its boundless landscapes, cutting-edge cities, and deep-rooted ideals of freedom and opportunity, the United States of America truly lives up to its nickname, the Land of Dreams. Whether you're hiking in a national park, walking through Times Square, or attending a small-town fair in the Midwest, there's a sense that anything is possible here. That's the magic of America, a land of contrasts, of complexity, and of constant reinvention. Canada. When people think of Canada, they often imagine vast forests, snow-covered mountains, polite people, and maple syrup. But Canada is more than just cold weather and kindness. It is the second largest country in the world, covering almost 10 million square kilometers of breathtaking land of natural beauty, cultural richness, and quiet power. Canada stretches from the Atlantic Ocean in the east to the Pacific Ocean in the west, and all the way up to the Arctic in the north. It has the longest coastline in the world, over 243,000 kilometers long. From the towering Rocky Mountains to the peaceful prairies, From icy tundras to deep blue lakes and thick boreal forests, Canada's geography is both humbling and inspiring. The country is also home to some of the most stunning national parks on Earth like Banff, Jasper, and Gros Morne, where wildlife still roams free. Canada's major cities are as diverse as its landscape. Toronto, the bustling, multicultural financial hub. Vancouver, where modern city life meets ocean and mountain. Montreal, full of European charm, French language, and jazz festivals. Calgary, Ottawa, Quebec City, each with its own flavor and rhythm. But what makes Canada special isn't just its infrastructure, it's the people. Friendly, open, and respectful, Canadians are known for their empathy and inclusiveness. Canada doesn't try to erase cultural differences, it celebrates them. Over 20% of Canadians were born in another country, and more than 200 languages are spoken across the nation. From First Nations and Inuit communities, to waves of immigration from Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America, Canada's identity is built on diversity, coexistence, and mutual respect. It's not a melting pot. It's a mosaic where every tile retains its shape, and together, they form a beautiful whole. Did you know? Canada has more lakes than all other countries combined, over 2 million. The country is bilingual, with both English and French as official languages. Hockey is not just a sport here, it's part of the national soul. The town of Alert, Nunavut, is the northernmost permanently inhabited place on Earth. Canada may be known for its quiet strength, but that's its magic. In a world of noise, Canada offers space. In a time of division, it offers unity. And in a land often frozen, you'll find a warmth like no other in its people, its spirit, and its soul. Would you ever travel to Canada? Maybe see the northern lights or paddle through its crystal clear lakes? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so we can explore more of the world's biggest countries together. Russia. If there is one country that inspires awe and curiosity at the same time, it is Russia, the land of endless winters, vast steppes, and epic history. With over 17 million square kilometers, Russia is not only the largest country in the world, but also a bridge between Europe and Asia, between frozen silence and fiery passion, between power and poetry. Russia stretches across 11 time zones. No other nation on Earth can claim that. You can greet the morning in Kaliningrad, near Poland, and bid it farewell in Kamchatka, where volcanoes erupt and polar bears roam. From the dividing Ural Mountains to the endless taiga forests, Russia is like a symphony of nature, cold, mysterious, yet deeply moving. Moscow, the capital, is a symbol of political strength and cultural wealth, home to the Kremlin and Red Square. St. Petersburg, elegant, royal, home to palaces and the legendary White Knights. Kazan, Sochi, Novosibirsk, each a distinct note in the Russian composition. But Russia is not just about geography and power, it's the birthplace of cultural giants. Tchaikovsky, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Pushkin, names that echo with soul and brilliance. Yes, Russia is cold, brutally cold in places like Siberia, where winter can drop below -50 degrees Celsius. But behind that frost lies a warm heart, the hospitality and strength of the Russian people. They are resilient, proud, and deeply connected to their heritage, whether in grand cities or quiet villages lost in snow. Did you know? Russia has over 100,000 rivers, including the mighty Volga, the longest in Europe. Lake Baikal, located in Siberia, is the deepest freshwater lake in the world, more than 25 million years old. Russia is home to over 40 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The Trans-Siberian Railway is the longest railway line on Earth, stretching nearly 9,300 kilometers. Russia isn't a place you understand in one visit. It's a land of beautiful contradictions. Vast but intimate, harsh yet poetic, distant but magnetic. Once you've touched its soil, seen its skies, and heard its soul, you'll never see the world the same way again. Have you ever dreamed of witnessing the White Knights in St. Petersburg, or riding the Trans-Siberian across a continent? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so we can keep exploring the biggest and most fascinating countries on Earth together.